Can you start by talking about the role you've been able to carve out for yourself this year beyond kind of what it's been in the past as they use you more as a receiver?
Yeah, I mean, this year I think my role has definitely expanded, as everyone can notice. I'm in the starting lineup, and I'm in there as a receiver, not just certain package plays. So able to get into the full flow of the game, and help the team where I'm able to.
What do you guys learn about yourselves over the past couple of games? With the Houston Texans, and you get the 98-yard drive to win that game, but obviously you guys were favored heavily in that game, but you came out with the win, and then you're going against Jacksonville, and you suffer that overtime loss. What are the biggest lessons that you guys can take away going forward that'll help you in this playoff push?
I think the two games were similar situations with totally different outcomes. And both taught ourselves a lot about ourselves as a team. The Texans game, we were able to rally back and make the play happen. And then in the Jaguars, we came up a little bit short. But I think one thing with this team is we never stop fighting, and we always give ourselves a chance at the end. Unfortunately, this past game, there was a lot of things that happened, mainly, the third down that I wasn't able to convert that led to us falling short. So it just is what it is. We got to take it for what it is and go back to work.
Can you describe that?
Third down play, did it just get into your body and it hit your pad, or do you know what happened?
I think I misjudged it a little bit. I didn't see the ball come out of Dak's hands, which is completely normal. Doesn't always happen. But by the time I saw it, it wasn't really where I could reach out for it. I had to kind of catch it like this, and it hit off my hand and hit my arm and bounced out. It's a play at 10 times out of 10 I expect myself to make, and I have to make. And there's no excuse for it.
Up until those final couple of drives, did you feel like that was your best game as receiver?
I wouldn't say that. I think that I made some plays that definitely contributed to keeping us in the game. But I wouldn't say it was my best game. I think that there's been other games in the past that I've been able to do a lot more. The 2 touchdowns don't make it my best game.
Yeah,
so.
But the 9 targets, I'm sure you're enjoying that part of it.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get multiple cracks at the plates, to help the team win, I like my odds. The more opportunities I get, the more I'll capitalize, I believe. And, 10 times out of 10, I get that play back, I believe in myself. So, confidence isn't broken, ready to go back to work.
What's the opportunity or statement you guys can make this week by beating Philadelphia?
I think this is a great opportunity to show our focus as a team. We've, like you said, the past 2 weeks we've had up and down games. This is a big division game that we have going into, and just our ability to lock in and focus on what we got to do this week is huge.
This is going to be the second time you guys see this version of the Eagles defense. What is it you think that makes them so good, makes them dominant at what they do?
They got a lot of players that on all levels of the defense. So I think they're built very well. They play to their talents. But at the same time, I think that we have all the pieces for it to be a great matchup and something that we can take advantage of.
How do you feel, like, say, you've had an opportunity to receiver this year you haven't had at this point of your NFL career? Mm-hmm. There's been so much talk about Odell Beckham. They bring in T.Y. Hilton. Do you take that as a challenge, or just this is still my position, I'm going to hold everyone kind of at bay? Or
I mean, the way I look at this thing is, ever since I came into the league, every year I'm fighting for a spot. Until the season is over. I don't think this year is any different. My approach is come in and work. If I'm at my best, if I'm healthy, and I'm fully focused, I don't really care who's in the room. I think I have an opportunity to help this team win, and I'm just going to continue to do that.
On that same note, do you take this opportunity to be able to try to pick the brain of a guy like T.Y. Hilton, who is so accomplished in this league?
Absolutely. I've been in this league for 6 years now, and I've been able to be around a lot of great receivers that were in front of me at the time, like Amari, Dez, even Terrence Williams. I learned a lot of things from him. So I think T.Y. is no different. He's been very successful in this league, has a lot of things that I can take from him. And in the same term, I've been in this offense a while, and I'm willing to help him in any way that he needs it. So I'm looking forward to working with him.
This coaching staff has been very big on draft and develop and giving guys their chance as they go through and wanting to stick with them. Have you felt that since Mike McCarthy's gotten in here? Like, we'll give you an expanded role. You've been here. We can see what you can do.
Yeah, I definitely think Coach McCarthy's given me that opportunity. I don't think that he's necessarily giving me anything. I've having to come and earn it. Every coaching staff that's been in here, throughout every practice, But I think I definitely appreciate, you know, this organization as a whole, you know, their philosophy in developing people, and you know, I definitely think that, you know, I'm starting to take advantage of it.
You feel this is just a really good fit too because of what you offer as a blocker on the outside. You can keep the offense a little more balanced, and they're emphasizing the run this year. Do you just feel this is the best fit that since you've been here as far as your skill set and what you can bring to the offense?
I definitely think that, you know, I have a role here, something that I've continued to expand on. You know, I can't speak on best fit. I've only ever been here, and I'm very grateful for that. But you know, that's just my play style, and I believe that, you know, no matter what, my play style can help win a football game because I do the small things. So
There are those that will look at the game against the Texans and the overtime loss against Jacksonville and wonder to themselves, is this Cowboy team truly a contender? And what would you say to those fans?
Probably wouldn't say much, to be honest with you. I think everything that, you know, we worry about in order to get where we got to go is inside that locker room right over there. You know, we don't worry too much. Obviously, you know, we hear it. It's hard to, you know, not hear it, but we hear it. But you take it with a grain of salt, and you know, every day we come into work and trusting the God next to each other, we'll be just fine.
What are games like Saturday like?
Say that again.
What are games like Saturday like with so much attention, even if Ertz doesn't play? What the game means, you know, a division game, like, you know, is it a different feeling, different vibe?
I mean, on game day, I would say maybe, you know, it's a little. You can feel the energy, but I don't think it's any different in our preparation or the way that we actually look at the game in itself. You know, every week we put our all into this, and we're going to do the same this week.
So do you guys feel like there's any added pressure whatsoever because there's the intangible of the Eagles being able to clinch the NFC top spot, and you guys want to obviously prevent that, but does that give you added motivation, keep them from celebrating on your home field?
I think as you go deeper into the season, you know, in the position that we're at, there's added motivation, you know, no matter what game it is. December football is all the motivation that you need. You know, there's going to be implications with every game that we play going from here on out. So, you know, I wish I could give you something there, but, you know, we're going to prepare and we're going to be ready.
Thanks, Noah.
Thank you.